guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Mice Tea. So, y'all, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm Chan, you were up, and let's go. Alright, Alarm Chan, okay. But every time I'm left alone with my thoughts and with this body, I just can't help myself. It'd be bad enough if I was in my regular body, but like this, it's revolting. Why would it be bad if you were normal? I don't know, it's just unseemly, I guess? People have sexual needs. I have my own to take care of. Yeah, but when it's appropriate. If I see somebody attractive on TV or in a perfume ad, I sometimes get worked up, but you're not supposed to get excited by your own body. Why not? Because. I realize I've never thought to come up with a justification for that. I guess I'd think it was, well, conceited? Why on earth would I get turned on by my body? I'd have to be hot for that to make sense. You don't think you're attractive? The question is laughable. What, me? Gavin, I know what I look like. I'm a short, frumpy girl with a frizzy hair and a flat butt. Wait, is that what you think you look like? Yeah, I own a mirror. Shit, I didn't know that. This whole time I thought you knew you were pretty. You're not required to be nice to me, you know. You don't have to flatter me. I'm not flattering you. I just thought I was friends with an attractive woman who was confident enough to know that. Gavin, you know how long it's been since I've had a date? Yeah, because you don't have time to do anything outside of work. Didn't you have a bunch of girlfriends and boyfriends in college? Well, yeah, but everyone's horny and desperate in college. Plus, it was probably just an adventure for some of the white students there. I mean, that's shitty, but you've dated since college, right? You had one boyfriend left for like a year. Being pretty isn't a requirement for dating. It's not like the people I was with were excited about showing me off. Are you kidding? That was a huge part of why I agreed to pretend to be your boyfriend at your sister's wedding. You know how fun it is to be seen with a pretty girl as your date? The revelation makes me feel like I've been tackled. What? You just did that as a favor? Yeah, because I wanted to. Shit, I figured you'd know how lucky a guy would be to hang around you when you were wearing that dress with your hair all done up. My knees shake. The arousal I'd fought so hard to tamp down begins to emerge once more. That dress wasn't that special. I don't want to argue about it. I just like the idea of my friend going through life. I just don't like the idea of my friend going through life being mistaken that they're unattractive. My heart's beating faster than it ever has in my whole life as a mouse, meaning it's beating 5 times faster than ever before in my life. Well, even if it was... My throat tightens every time I try to say it. Even if I did look good, that doesn't matter now. I still look like a rodent. No one's gonna find this sexy. Gavin opens his mouth and doesn't breathe in and out for a few seconds. I mean, I don't know if that's true. What did you just say? I just think there are probably people who would still find you attractive is all. Gavin, what are you talking about? I'm an animal. What could possibly be attractive about me now? I wonder what group of people finds anthropomorphized animals attractive. He doesn't need an instant to tell me. You still have your eyes. I could have tumbled to the ground. What? Your eyes are the same. You have really pretty eyes. They're your best feature. I don't know if you knew that, since apparently you didn't know that you're beautiful, but they are. My whole body's trembling. I lean against the doll chair. No one's ever told me that. Are you kidding? They're the biggest, brightest eyes of anyone I've ever known. It's how I can pick you out of a crowd. It's one of the things I look forward to most when you visit me at Tea Friends. I gripped the back of the chair, my claws puncturing the painted wood. Yeah, they're emerald, right? When I was a kid, I went to Washington, D.C., and one of the museums had one of the biggest emeralds in the world. I was mesmerized by it. I spent forever stuck to the glass. My parents had to drag me away. Your eyes are the exact color of that emerald. I held on to my stomach, almost doubling over in want. The passion I've held back these last 2 days, the one I've tried so hard to deny, is screaming out to be satisfied by this willing partner. I can't deny it any longer. What else looks good about me right now? Gavin realizes what his own words have gotten him into. Oh, well, it's sort of hard to tell with the dress on, but I think you've sort of developed a new figure. I have. Did you notice when you found me naked? Sure, I tried to avert my eyes to be polite, but it was hard not to notice. Notice what, exactly? That your breasts and hips are larger. A splash of tingling sensation spread across me when I hear him talk about my body. My nipples brush up against my dress and threaten to be the things that finally topple me. Would you like a better look at them? Oh my god, the look on his eyes. I wonder if that's gonna be my thumbnail. 1 second now. Water time. Damn, girl, you can't be slaying like that, damn! I can hear his heart thumping in his chest. I'd love to! Decorum and common sense should prevent me from stripping naked in front of my best friend, but my arousal and my discomfort of the dress easily outmatches both. I reach behind and unfasten the buttons and retract each one of them out from their slots. Pulling my arms through the sleeves, I let the dress fall to the ground. It isn't even heavy enough to lie flat, and I have to kick it away. I don't cover myself. After all, he said he wanted to see me. Gavin's jaw is shut tight as he stares at me. My tail swishes back and forth nervously as I feel the admiration in his gaze. So, here they are. They're beautiful. You're beautiful. The wetness that has been building inside me grows, and I feel a trickle in the fur on the inside of my thigh. I wonder if he can see it my size. Gavin, I'm still not comfortable touching myself like this. I don't want to feel my fur with my claws, but maybe if you were willing to... Uh-oh. He drops to his knees, and for the first time I'm looking down into his eyes. Tell me what you need. Just like always, I'll obey anything you ask of me. All the lust in my body seems to spill out of me. Then hold me. Oh. Gavin reaches out with tender care. His massive hand is somehow welcoming and gentle. He cups his palm underneath me, and I lean back as he scoops me up. Oh my god. Okay. Do I continue? I mean, I can, you know... Yeah, let's do it. Yep, let's do it. Yep. I mean, it's... Yeah, we'll be fine. I'll just edit a lot of this anyway, so... Yes. Okay! Oh my god. I float off the table and close to his chest as he drinks in my new form. I can hear his heartbeat even more clearly. For a moment, he simply gawks at me. Eventually, he finds the will to speak. You're really soft. Does that feel nice? It feels wonderful. It's like you're made of velvet. You can touch me more if you like. He breathes in and out. I can feel it. I can feel it rustle my fur. Please, Margaret, I want you to tell me what to do. I can't be the one to direct this. The weight of responsibility is too much. I don't want to admit my desires, so I tell him how much I crave being touched. But my ardor can't be denied. Touch me then. Tell me how soft I am. Gavin lifts his thumb and rests it on my belly. I can feel his pulse through his skin. His finger is soft and warm as he caresses my fur. He strokes up and down, with and against the grain. Each follicle keeps track of the movements of his massive digit. I've never been so aware of how I'm being touched. It should all be lost in how big his thumb is, but his movements are so deft and my skin so sensitive that I can feel his movements with exacting detail. He spreads out to my hips and waist, tracing around my curves that are much wider than his fingers. I shiver as he makes me feel my new body more clearly than I ever have. It's so downy. It's so new and fresh. It's so delicate. Words I never thought I'd hear about myself fill me with passion as I squirm in his palm. His fingers shift to accommodate my movements. A drop of my juice lands on my tail, and it involuntarily shudders. Feel more of it, then. Touch my breasts. With only an instant of hesitation, he shifts his thumb up and touches the, marbles. He touches marbles. Ha! Are you okay? Yes, keep touching me. He returns to stroking the marbles. I gasp as he brushes the pads of his thumbs gracefully across me. Oh god. His touch isn't blunt or suffocating. Instead, it's nimble and dexterous. I can't believe how good it feels. Makes me wonder how he touches girls who aren't as small as me. Oh god, Gavin, you're so good at this! All you had to do was ask. He makes minute circles around my, thing, and I feel his skin and fur around my areola tickle me. His palm is so soft and yielding, but pressing into it offers scant relief from the overwhelming sensations he's making me feel. It could be the tea, it could be his body, it could be this body, it could be Gavin's skill, but I've never felt so good from having my breastplate with. Back and forth he travels between the two, ending each session by pressing into me a little harder. Each time he uses more of his strength. The knowledge he's using only the tiniest fraction of his power drives me wild with anticipation. How do you like my titties? How do you like my titties? Oh my god. Second, y'all, it is water time. I feel like I'm gonna need more water! They're so wonderful and soft and full. You sure they're not the smallest you've ever touched? Small is relative. They're so pretty on your figure. With the merest flick of his thumb, he traces from my breast to my hips to my toes. I gasp at his size and speed. But you want more, don't you? You want to touch this mouse's, You want to touch the mouse's kitty, don't you? Of course I do. What are you willing to do, then? He presses harder than ever before. Anything you desire. Will you beg for it? He presses down on my stomach. Must let me touch you, I beg you! Will you call me your mistress? He caresses my face with the ring finger of his other hand. The length of my whiskers makes his touch feel ever more present. I will, mistress. Will you submit yourself to me? He somehow brushes against my only nipple with his thumb. I totally belong to you. I take a moment to form the words that express the desire my body has already made me felt. Then you may touch me. Gavin brings his other hand up and presses his middle finger against me. With slow, steady rhythm, he slides his fingertip against the kitty. Yeah, he's petting a sweet little kitty right now. The juices that were already soaking the fur between my legs coat the ridges of his fingerprint. I feel each ridge press over my yep. I can feel his most unique feature, one that distinguishes him from every other human on Earth with overwhelming intimacy. No other girl would ever be able to say the same. Ha! Keep going, keep working me! Of course, mistress! He rocks his finger in a riding motion. It's like I'm a riding bull it's like I'm riding a bull on my back. Where he was delicate and careful before, he's now blunt and overpowering. I spread my legs to accommodate more of his digit. My tail wraps around it, desperate to draw him closer to me. Fuck, I'm gonna, come to your birthday! The passion I've attempted to bridle is now galloping. Every inch of my body is alight in anticipation of the energy release. I've so desperately craved. Gavin only intensifies his motions with his hand, which lifts me up onto my shoulders. I crowd as a gizm rocks through my body. My tail tightens around and my limbs squeeze into his palm. He doesn't stop. He doesn't even slow down. You didn't tell me to stop! Don't you dare! Don't you dare ever stop! I begin pressing into him, attempting to match the strength he drives into me. He has limitless reserves to use against me, but I have to counter his efforts. I reach back and wrap my claws around his ring finger, gripping as tight as I can. My claws dig into his skin, but he doesn't flinch one bit. His intention is too single-minded to notice. Oh god, that's so good! He moves to dragging his whole finger across my saggers and swirling the tip against me. He then presses with his pad, allowing me to feel the pulse of his racing heart through my kitty. It shakes me to my core. Coming out of the overwhelming onslaught of his... My cry sounds as loud as it would in my normal body. The neighbors must hear the sound of a mouse kissing for the first time in their life. Stop! He obeys, and I lay there panting in exhaustion. My mind is buried in a haze of sensation as I gasp. I grip the tufted hair on my chest as if it would temper my labored breathing. 1 second, y'all. It is... Oh, goodness. It is indeed water time. As my vision returns, I can clearly see Gavin's face and its subtly pained expression. I know what it means when men look like that. Are you hard for me right now? He gulps. I am. Dick is getting rock hard looking at this little mouse come over in your hand. I flick my tail up and twirl the tip around my finger. Yes. Why don't you pull out that yeah, oh my god. His whole body shifts as he balances while obeying my command. Are you holding it? I am. Do you want... Yeah. Yes. Yes, who? Yes, yes, mistress. Then I'll let you. Only once you've made me come again, with that pretty little tongue of yours. Oh my god. He nods and lifts me up to his face, pressing his lips together. He brings me... Jesus, my god. Oh my god. With agonizing slowness, he presses his tongue forward until it touches the pineapple. He's licking a pineapple. I moan at the feeling of its warmth and strength and wetness. Start slow. I don't want to prickle your tongue just yet. He performs a few small licks that smother the pineapple with his muscle. It tastes like chamomile. Do I now? Keep tasting me then. Taste me while you play with your pineapple. Stories below me. The sound of Gavin pumping the tire iron begins. My mind races. I imagine how big it is and what it looks like. It's weird because it's tire iron. They all kind of look alike. But I'm too occupied with how this tongue probably feels on this pineapple. Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, he does that, and something. Okay, if he cares, it doesn't slow him down. I'm far past caring about how my animal features make me look. I've abandoned all of it in my desire to be pleased. My capitulation is rewarded more grandly than I could have ever imagined. Shit, that's so good. You taste amazing. His words are steady, but I hear a faint whine in them. I can see his shoulder straining as he, plays with the tire iron. He's surely on the verge of something. As he applies his, okay, yep. Oh my god, I cannot say almost any of this. Oh my god. Again, he reaffirms my question. You think it's just my kitty, or what I was bathing in? Should we try it again? Should I soak myself in wine for you to drink off me? With honey? Would you like that, you dirty little boy? He He shudders as he nods, his eyes pinched shut as though he's about to release. Don't you dare come yet. Little boys aren't allowed to disobey their mistress. He steels himself and looks, oh god. That's right, you want, yeesh. You want to, can't say that. A pained whinny fills his throat, as though riding his tongue is like riding astride a bucking stallion. And make your mistress, yep, and don't you dare come first. It's a stupid thing to say, doing so would just make him reckless. He's gonna come any second, it would only make him go overboard in his efforts to please me. It's exactly what he does. It's exactly what I want. He looks and, yay, I'm subjected to the roughest, most vigorous, most fervid any woman has ever been subjected to. I can't get enough of it. Yes, oh boy. Yee, okay, oof, man. I recoil as, slamming into the soft flesh of his fingers as he, yep. Oh my god, I cannot say any of this. Yeah. He leans over to support himself with his hand to avoid collapsing. We both remain there gasping for air. After a moment, he looks back at me, his head clear of the lust that had overruled his faculties, and he still looks at my body with admiration. I didn't come too soon, right? No, you did wonderfully. He sighs with relief. Shut up, alarm change. It's not your time yet. I cannot pause it on the screen. So, did that help quench your thirst? Oh yeah, 3 or 4 times and that should be good. 3 or 4, oh my god. The color drains out of his face. I'm just kidding, I'm more than satisfied. I might want to cuddle a bit, though. He smiles literally the biggest smile I've ever seen. I'd love to! Day 4. Okay. Alright, I can finally pause it. My god, getting steamed. Oh my god. Day 4 is gonna be horny as fuck too, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. I have a lot of editing to do in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks, or tip if you can, it always helps. Oh, until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.